Hello, fellow traders. 'Tis I, the Rumpled One. Sunday, March the 10th, the year 2019. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap. And you guys know what's coming next, of course. Money and risk management. Very important this week. If you're just tuning in for the first time, you're going to see this screen just about every time you tune in. It's that important. Okay, so we see we've got a Larry live trade happening right now. The euro yen is climbing out of the previous week's lower wick zone. It's already filled the gap. As you can see, we got plenty of gaps to fill here, so don't be shy and go ahead and see. So let's look to see if the euro yen can stay out of the lower wick zone. It's already 37 pips off the daily low. And here we have it. We're going back to the year open at 125.39. You can see here so far the day, week, and month, all red. Now, notice we dropped out of the first day of the month's range, but we're in between the first day of the year's range. And here we are, today being the first day of the week. And you can see we're below first day of the year, below the January open, but we're still above the February open. You see we dipped down and came across. Once again, horizontal line trades. Go with the way price is crossing. And you can see here we are within the range of January and February. We broke out of that inside bar. You can see we're in the weekly inside bar from 4 weeks ago. And you can see there's some active inside bars that we could trade. And there's the one, but you can see here there's some, well, the pound, New Zealand had an inside bar 36 days ago. But you can see here we've got action here, and action there. And not much of a range because it is the open of Sunday/Monday, depending on where you are in the world. And you can see that this previous daily candle was almost a doji, and that we're now in that upper wick zone. And we're looking for the monthly and weekly and daily highest opens of H1 and the daily highest open on D1. Okay, as you can see here, we had the open, the pivot was down here, fading towards the pivot. It crushed it, good for about 13, 14 pips from the open, or from the buy zone. It was only worth about 3 or 4 or 5 pips here. Still a profitable trade. As you can see, not much separation between the rat zones, so I'm not even considering rat zone trades at this time. We took out the pivot. Here's the weekly pivot, 125.48. So we'll be looking to hit that 125.48 level. On the daily, we have a missed at 125.30 and a missed at 125 or 126.57 here. So these are two March missed pivots. You can see the January missed pivots and last year's November and October missed pivots. So once again, fading the pivot on a daily basis usually works out to be profitable. Price action, one ball at the line, one ball at the bottom, green at the line. a nice trade, good for 10, 20, 30 plus pips at the moment. You can see we're trying to get through that daily open. Wick zones, once again, previous day was a doji, so we might stay in the wick zones for a while. Look for a break to the upside. Price action at the line. Here, just trading with the candle color at the line. As you can see here, we've had some movement upside. Bid got above the valley of the ask and moved up. Einstein line just gave a buy signal and up about 8 pips from there. Now let's see, there were some questions. A lot of traders are wondering about these charts, what indicators are on them. Sometimes some people are confused. They think that one indicator puts everything on the chart, but that's not the way it works. So you see here, this is the dashboard. These lines come from a different indicator. So in this case, we've got the dashboard, and then we've got TRO HL5, 2 different instances. And just in case you haven't watched, see, if you say indicator tag 1 here, that's 1 instance. And here the first time indicator tag 0. That way you can have the same indicator loaded up multiple times if you want to use different plots. Oh yeah, and somebody asked me about the angles on that indicator on TRO HL5. Let's see, where was it? Angles. And so right here, if you want to show the angles of the open, high, low, just set those to true. And then you've got your angle degrees, and it will automatically do the opposite. So 15 above the 0 and then 15 below the 0. It'll do both ways. And it'll either draw them as lines or as rays, depending on what you have it set here. Showing the timeline, showing the start time, show daylight. You got all those different options. Best way is just to play with it. You can't hurt anything. Just give it a shot. Sometimes it's better to figure things out, stumble upon your own. Of course, TRO HL5 is one of the ones you can download freely, or I send it to some people if they can't figure that part out. No donation required, but there's no manual for it. I do show some videos on how I do certain things with that indicator. Once again, this one here, 2 separate indicators. This is the dashboard, and you see here you've got the TRO HL5, the YTD version, and TRO 2019 first day. And any indicator where it says starts out with TRO followed by the year, that's donational. Remember, I don't sell indicators. If you donate, I send them out as a thank you. So I'm not in the indicator business. I don't have those slick setups where it's all automated and I send out emails every day, like the slope angle guys and the pivot guys and the divergent guys and all those other guys that just fill up your inbox with, buy this indicator, buy this system. That's not me. Never wanted to be that. People offered it to me. I just didn't want to do it. Once again, here's the dashboard. And see, once again, using TRO HL5. This is a really powerful indicator. I just kept loading more and more stuff into it. It started out as TRO HL and then 2, 3, but after 5, it's like if I change the name, then you got it. Then none of your old templates will work. So I just decided to just keep updating that one Because in fact, I got tired because my templates wouldn't work either. So I just kept the name the same. Once again, here we've got the dashboard over here. And somebody was saying, all this is complicated. It's not. If you don't have to have this. See, the way I use these indicators is, or the dashboard is, I can look here and I can see if something is where I want it to be priced. So for example, all these here, all these magenta or pink colored ones, however you see this color, these are all within the buy zone. So if I'm doing a buy zone trade, I can look and see where price is based on that. Let's see, where's another good example of that? Let's say I'm doing a rat zone. You see all these in purple or magenta are within 20 pips of the current daily high or low. So if I want to do a rat zone trade, that's how I use that one. So it might look complicated or complex, but that's only because you don't understand. So basically, I look over here for the trade, and let's just say for whatever reason, I wanted to trade dollar yen. I click on dollar yen, and of course, it's going to take a while for it to load all the data for dollar yen, because I haven't used dollar yen in a while. And it's also going to be going through and loading all these other guys. And once you go through once, then it's much faster. I must have a bad connection. It usually doesn't take this long. Right now, cue the Jeopardy music. Do 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 do. That was interesting. Now it looks like it's frozen. There we go. And also, if you notice, it changed all these charts. Now, a trader had a really good idea. He says, it'd be really nice if you could click on the heading and then the information over here, that indicator would plot the lines. I said, you know what, that is a good idea, but I'm not going to do it because, number one, it would take a lot of coding to do. It might not even fit. The dashboard right now, I think it's around 5,000 lines of code. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't looked. I don't even keep track. I just go in, fix things, add things, and I don't really pay attention, but I know it's big. And the other thing is, if I were to do this, I would have to have some, I've already basically have the logic. I'd have to expand it though, because see, you might have this column over here. So I would have to know which column has what in it, and when it does it, it's not impossible, but it would just be a very huge undertaking. And I can't take the time now to do that. So anyway, but thanks for the idea. It was a good one. So I hope that helps to kick off the week, the weekly opening gap. There's still gaps to trade. And just remember, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks this week.